1 to go signal is in the air. The field double file formation. Travis Sauter, Johnny Sauter up front. The two Wisconsin drivers look to be the class of the field. Does anyone have anything for them? I think we're going to find out very quickly. If they pull away early on, will anybody with 4 tires be able to come through the drivers that took 2 or 3? Guess we'll find that out as well. Green flag moments away. 100 complete, 100 to go in Speedfest 2013.
Sauter and Sauter, your front row. Chief starter Brian Duncan's got the green flag in hand, and we're back underway here at Watermelon Capital Speedway.
Travis Sauter, great restart, brings Austin Theriault along with him. He follows the rear bumper of Sauter, gets to the inside, coming off of turn 2. Theriault to the inside of Sauter, heading to turn 3. The main driver makes it a battle up front. One of the Sauters being challenged now.
Sauter on the outside, Theriault on the inside, Johnny Sauter. Johnny Sauter regroups back around the outside in the number 5 machine, but Theriault strong on that inside groove. Reclaims the run-arm spot, but here again comes Johnny Sauter on the outside.
You see all trouble mid-pack. Griffin goes around, other drivers joining in, cars flying down over the grass towards the creek. I think probably at least one of those cars are going to end up in the creek the way they were going. We can't see anything more than that. We see the 26 of Pollard, a flat right front. Jake Griffin was in the middle of that in the 08. Reed, Gentry, they pull away from the scene. We see the 83 of Scotty Ellis moving down through here. Hunter Robbins comes by on the front straightaway. 71 of Benjamin. He's heading down the front stretch. There's the 75 of Odell, the 6 of Hermiller. Their cars look to be okay. We had almost half the field off the track in the grass down in turns 3 and 4.
Travis Sauter, Austin Theriault leads them out of turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Brian Duncan's got the green flag in hand, and we're back underway. And Theriault right around the outside. Johnny Sauter with problems in the number 5. Tough break. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series star. He has stopped in turn 1.
Top qualifier Johnny Sauter gets his car moving again. Some sort of mechanical issue possibly for Sauter. His nephew Travis Sauter leads the way, and on his rear bumper is Theriault. The main driver is there. Wes Burton now slows up in turn 4. He'll continue on. The field goes by him. He's waving, trying to get to the bottom. For the lead, here comes Theriault inside of Sauter, turn 3.
Here comes Jeff Choquette around the outside. The number 29 machine, Eric Jones, out of nowhere. Up in the podium, on in third spot at number 4. With Choquette on the outside. They got Theriault in front of him as Travis Sauter continues to lead. Top 4 cars running nose to tail.
What's going on with Sauter down there, Mark?
And in the Johnny Sauter pit, they say the clutch is gone in Johnny Sauter's car, so that's the problem for the number 5 machine.
Clutch is gone on Sauter. A bad break for the top qualifier, though his nephew Travis has rocketed away from the...
Up front, Travis Sauter continuing to show the way. Carefully negotiates around the 72 of Scott Hecker, putting him a second lap down. Now, so we got trouble in the back in turn 3. Spencer Davis off the top of turn number 3, bringing out the caution flag one more time.
Just about a 20-lap green flag run we had there, Matt, and able to see some racing, see who was rising to the top, and this will actually help John Hunter Nemechek a little bit. He was laying him down, but the field was starting to spread out around the ovals. He was making his way through the field, but
Nemechek gets around Eric
Jones.
Jones.
Benjamin goes around, and cars piling in. Around goes Nassi, also down there, the 09 car of Gentry, and Benjamin running up there in the top 5 in that 5th position. Didn't see what happened. I think he did get some help, spun sideways, and tried to save it, but then other cars piling in at the same time. Bad break for the driver of the 71. Steven Nassi pulling away from the scene. See Jeff Choquette well behind the field. His car looks to be okay. The 09 of Gentry making his way through 3 and 4. .136 laps complete, 64 laps to go. Travis Sauter and Austin Theriault for another exciting restart front of the field. Pace truck dropping low. Scott Heckard back out. He will join the tail of the field, as is the 71 of Kyle Benjamin, involved in the most recent caution. We'll see how much ground he's able to make up over the next green flag runs. Brandon Oakley also ready to come to the racetrack. Back underway. Good restart for the 29 of Austin Theriault.
Theriault around the outside. Travis Sauter working into the inside groove, but Theriault with the momentum. Here comes Hunter Robbins to the inside of Eric Jones. Give him 4. There goes Travis Sauter to the inside. Give the lead to Sauter coming out of 4.
Oh, bold move inside lane for Hunter Robbins. Pulls up side by side with Mike Garvey as the field slowed down in front of him. Robbins Robbins rubs some more paint. Garvey turns back down into him as they race off of turn number 2. Garvey drops to the bottom. He's in 4th. Closes on the rear bumper of Robbins. Doesn't return the favor. Up the track they go. And 3rd and 4th they run. Robbins in 3rd. Garvey in 4th. Behind him side by side for 5th as John Hunter Nemechek for the 5th position inside of Eric Jones.
John Hunter Nemechek completing the run from all the way to the back of the field into the top 5. Possibly, as Eric Jones back around the outside of Nemechek to reclaim the 5th.
And recent pass, the number 2 of Wilson running the bottom lane just out of the top 5 with that battle for 4th continuing in front of him between Chase Elliott and John Hunter Nemechek. And it looks like Elliott might eventually be able to corral that spot, but Nemechek's giving it a great run in that 2nd lane.
With Bowen in 6th, Donnie Wilson 7th behind them. Bubba Pollard in the 26, who had to pit for a flat tire. He's battling with TJ Reed for that 8th spot, and Jake Griffin in the top 10 for the first time this afternoon. He's 10th in the 08.
He was in the top 10 very, very briefly right at the beginning of that second half of the race after the crew made some adjustments. And Anderson Bowen drops 2 tires off the track, and off the raceway he goes down towards the creek, and it looks like the car disappears. So my guess is he's lower elevation than what he was moments ago.
Yes, he is. Tough break. The 2012 Rookie of the Year, the Howie Liddell Memorial Rookie of the Year, the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour. And there comes Bowen back on the racetrack at the 29. He was up to 6th. We talked about the whole slew of future superstars in the world of short track racing, and one of those shining brightly is the number 9 of Chase Elliott, that HendrickCars.com number 9 machine. He'll start on the outside of row number 2 as Travis Sauter and Eric Jones lead him on a 3 and 4 for the green.
Jones on the outside, Sauter on the inside. They both won big late model races in 2012 were underway. Jones a great restart. He will lead the field off of turn number 2. Here comes Elliott to the outside. Jones sole possession of the lead, closes the door on Sauter. Chase Elliott to the 2nd group for the number 2 position.
Eric Jones, who earlier in this race went Bajan off the backstretch. All kinds of Georgia red clay on that black machine. They'll regroup in a bit, and he pulls right to the back bumper of Eric Jones coming out of turn number 4.
Side-by-side action for 3rd. Inside is Sauter. Outside is Terrio. Terrio's going to be able to get around him for the 3rd spot, I believe, but Sauter's working hard on the bottom. Terrio does clear him. Coming off of turn number 2. Running in the number 5 position is Donnie Wilson. 6th spot is Nemechek. 7th is Pollard, and contact made. Sauter goes up the track. Around goes Terrio. A couple of cars going off the track to avoid. One of those is Pollard in the 26. I don't think we're going to have much damage there, but we had some contact, some extracurricular in our top 4 positions. Mark Keeler down in the pits.
He got a good view of that one. There was some definite contact there.
Jones on the high side, Elliott on the inside, green flag in the air. We're back underway here at Speedfest 2013. And Elliott and Jones side by side in the turns 1 and 2. Jones with the momentum though on the high side, but Elliott right there in the 9.
Down the backstretch into 3. Elliott pulling forward on the inside groove. Jones trying to keep him squeezed towards the bottom. They rub some paint up the banking. They go. Elliott moves back up and uses his momentum. 8 tires better than 4 there. But Jones pulling back ahead. Now it's Elliott. Back and forth they go on the backstretch.
2012 Snowball Derby winner, Eric Jones on the high side. 2012 Snowflake 100 winner, Chase Elliott on the inside. They are bumping and grinding all over this 4/10 mile here in Cordele, Georgia. They are still side by side.
What a battle for the lead. They've hit the last couple of times they've entered turn 4. Will they do it again? Jones trying to hold him down. They rub some more paint up the banking. They go, and tire smoke flies. Continuing on under green. Jones working the high lane. Elliott working the inside. 154 complete. Jones drops to the bottom behind Elliott, who clears him for the lead.
It is a cut tire on the 08 of Jake Griffin. The crew is scrambling down here trying to find a replacement. He's going to pull into the pit stop.
Oh, Sauter off the track on the backstretch trying to get her load down, and he disappears. Travis Sauter, the number 5, got off the banking, saw sparks fly when the car bottomed out, and Travis Sauter, longtime race leader of this event, has left the ballpark. Off of turn number 4, Chief Starter Brian Duncan waves the green again, and Elliott just bonsais that restart and jumps out front. There won't be any flying offenders or rubbing of paint, at least involving with Elliott, as he's taken the lead by 2 car lengths. Here comes Jones. He does hold off Wilson for second, and now John Hunter Nemechek for the number 3 position on the inside of Wilson. And going off the track quickly, sorry Mark, is the 41 of Reed going down towards the creek. We'll get back to Mark in a moment, but Reed went off of the back straightaway banking and slid all the way down at a very high rate of speed toward the creek, and it's dark enough we can't see anything down that way with a cloud of dust kicked up into the air. The track safety crew heading that way, and we are down to now 15 to go, and Jones may still have something for Chase Elliott. He wasn't giving up much ground that run. And Mark, what did you have?
Oh, I saw some smoke coming from one of the machines. Looks like it possibly the 75 of David Odell as a caution flag will fly.
Yellow out for big time smoke on the front stretch from Odell. I think they threw the caution to check for fluid. Mark, did you see what happened down there?
Right as David Odell got in the gas out of turn number 4, from my vantage point, looked like he hand grenaded a motor. Not sure if that car is still running. Don't have a vantage point on that, but a ton of smoke came out from underneath the front end of the 75 of Odell. He's down on pit road now. We're going to try catching up with him.
Tough break for Odell. The number 75 machine started towards the back of the field and had gotten into the top 10 at one point this evening. Started 23rd, got into 10th, but a tough break for the Lawrenceville, Georgia driver.
We're ready for a restart out of 4. Keep your eye on that number 9 car.
He's able to save a little bit for when he needs it. He might go even quicker with 5 to go. Coming off of turn 4, Jones on the inside. It is Elliott on the outside. A better restart for Jones this time, but Elliott still clears him. Jones goes back to the inside. They rub paint. Up the banking goes Elliott. Jones gets hit from behind. Benjamin up on the side of Donnie Wilson. Into the lead goes John Hunter Nemechek, and yellow flag is out with 5 laps to go. Oh, the top 2 hit down in turn 1. The contact was made on the inside lane. I said that Jones had a better restart that time. Out the yellow, Elliott in the 9 and Reagan in the 77, then have some contact as the yellow comes out. They continue on as Elliott had moved into 2nd, Reagan there in 3rd, and leading is Nemechek. But now it looks like Chase Elliott's going to be there to challenge him again. He might rally from back in 3rd where he was moments ago and still be able to hang on to the victory.
John Hunter Nemechek on the inside, Chase Elliott on the high side. Chief Starter Brian Duggan, as he's done so many times throughout the course of the evening, waves the green flag in the air. We are back underway.
Great restart for Nemechek. He closes the door on Elliott to the inside, and we've got trouble behind him. A couple of cars off the banking. Garvey, one of those, and yellow flag is out. Wow, did Nemechek just go up and close the door on Elliott, and then problems ensued behind him. 83 of Scotty Ellis involved. He continues on now and mark the banking a little bit. 2 laps to go for Chase Elliott. David Reagan, he's dropped back a car length. Lot of sparks. Tire going down on the number 9 car of Elliott. Reagan to the inside. Contact made. Around goes Elliott. Reagan into the lead. Reagan off the banking. Here comes the yellow flag as Reagan obviously also cut down a tire. Chiquette takes over the lead. Oh my!
Oh my goodness. Chase Elliott contact with David Reagan. Elliott goes around, and then David Reagan goes flying off of turn 3 and 4 into the creek for the 2nd time tonight.
Reagan actually restarting in 10th. Elliott restarting about 12th. Ready for the green. If they get a couple of more drivers to fall out in front of them, they might have their shot to get a top 5 coming off of turn 4. Green is black out. Here comes the 29 of Chiquette. He takes the lead. Odell in 2nd.
And Scott Heckert around the outside of Bubba Pollard takes over the 3rd spot. Here comes Anderson Bowen in the 29, as well as the number 1 of Mike Garvey. Garvey to the inside of Donnie Wilson. That is for the 6th spot, as mercifully the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go for Chiquette.
Out of habit, it's a surprise that Duncan didn't throw the yellow. He throws the white. They go out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Leading the way, the 29 of Chiquette, the West Palm Beach, Florida driver, coming to the checkered, several car lengths ahead, and Jeff Chiquette wins Speedfest 2013.
David Odell comes home in 2nd. Scott Heckert in 3rd. Anderson Bowen finishes in 4th, and Bubba Pollard rounds out the top 5.
Never have seen anything quite like this, but I'm sure Jeff Chiquette is glad we saw it tonight. Chiquette, the driver from West Palm Beach, Florida, claiming the big win in Speedfest 2013. Thanks to you race fans for sticking around on a long Sunday afternoon and evening. Unbelievable. A lot of drama. Unreal finishes after Chiquette changes a shock earlier. Mark Keeler, victory lane is yours.
And you know, Jeff Choquette kind of struggled a little bit yesterday with this car. They struggled earlier on today. They changed that shock there with about 50 laps remaining, but he has come down to claim the checkered flag. The safety gear is off as he gets set to make his way out of the car. The fireworks in the background. There he is, your winner of Speedfest 2013, Jeff Choquette.